Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? So, as you know, I'm on a mission, probably one time a day, to go out and seek other YouTube, I don't know, advisors, whatnot, that are bigger than this channel. I really want to see what they're talking about, how they do it, what they really use their channel for. And today I'm going to review a video that Grant Cardone put out in the last couple of hours. If you don't know, I have been a follower of Grant Cardone I've probably been watching him for 4 or 5 years. There was a time where I watched him routinely. Over the last year or so, I would pick it up intermittently. But he is still someone that I will tune into. I like his G&E show with his wife. I think that is a relationship-oriented session. I think those are Wednesdays. I don't know. They might be Thursdays. I don't remember. Whenever they show up, I like the tug and pull of both of them. I find Elena often brings a different perspective, so that's something I look forward to. But anyways, for this video, he put out a really cool title, was "The One Thing That Made Me Successful." So as you would expect, he uses it as a hook. So you click on the video, much like I did. And then he kind of set it up for the first 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. And as he's going through it, I wrote down the word fear. I thought he was setting us up for fear, right? That was the one thing that kind of motivated him all the way back when to keep going, and maybe still keeps him motivated. Turns out I was wrong. It wasn't fear. It was, in his words, mentorship. Now, when you think of mentorship, he talked about 3 different levels. Clearly, he is orienting this video because he is trying to motivate you to reach out to his team to sign up for some new mentorship he's putting out. But I thought the overall context of the video was good. He talks about when he got started, it was all about what you can read and find, and you just have to absorb. I think that's pretty true. If you started 20 years ago, like I did, you didn't really come from a real estate family like I did. You only could do it off hours. Finding a mentor was, at least, I mean, looking back, it wasn't really something I thought about. It wasn't really something I looked forward to. I just read and consumed, right? Behind that, I don't know, whatever, is a messy bookshelf with hundreds of books on it that I've picked up over the years, because that's what I did. And that's how I consumed and learned and cross-collateralized information from different biographies and stories. So I totally get that. Then he talked about one-on-one mentorship. He did highlight that, I think he said 90 days, maybe it was 30 days. Anyways, he had the flexibility and the money to go spend some time with someone one-on-one for again, like 30 or 90 days, I forget. But the idea is that's really too expensive for most folks. And most folks, frankly, don't have the flexibility. I would argue, in addition to that, I'm not really, I've told you many times, I'm not doing any one-on-one mentorship because I value my time, right? It's not something that I want to do. I've already talked about some other channels. I've seen that that's a big part of their business. I think it was VIP Financial Network that's doing $750,000 on consulting. Wow, that's a lot of money, but I don't see giving up my time there. And then number 3, he talked Grant, this is back to Grant's video. He talked about, hey, technology has changed. Everybody's learning from home. Zoom, Facebook groups, all of these things, now is the time. Find somebody you know and respect and go after it and mentor them. So again, this lead up, while I think was an excellent discussion, I think there was clearly an end in mind. He was trying to build a sales funnel, right? That would lead to more clicks or links or whatever to his program. So ultimately money would fall out. Not that that's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that was the goal, and that's a fine goal, right? It's his channel. It's his videos. He can do whatever he would like. So good for him if that was his goal. I'm sure it will be very profitable for him. When I think about mentorship, I started this channel 2.5 years ago because I thought I had an opinion and I wanted to give back. It worked so well that ultimately I had to create a course because so many people wanted to know what I did, how I did it. So a year ago, I created that course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. It's exactly what I do every day. Great reviews. I've kept the price low because, again, I'm trying to help as many people up. So if you're willing to do the work, it's the best thing out there. In addition to that, I'm doing the extras, right? We created a private Facebook group that is now of size where students are helping students. Pretty cool. And at least for the time being, I'm giving an hour of my Saturdays to my students. So I totally agree with what Grant was saying there at the end about technology allowing us to touch more people and help more people. Grant does talk about having a team involved in this. I certainly don't. It's just me. But I get what he's doing. So good for him. So as promised in the title, I wanted to share with you what my one thing is, right? When I think about the one thing that's led to my success over the last 20 years, I go back to fear. I don't like to admit it, but the fear of failure, the fear of not having money, the fear of not paying bills, the fear of reliving my childhood at any level, it's the best motivator I've had in my entire life. I can still, when need to, hone in on that feeling of not being in control. That's what it was for me, the fear of being afraid. Why did I get up and look at my market every day? Because I was afraid I'd miss a deal. Why did I go all in 2010 and sacrifice and get a loan on my cars when I didn't have to? Because I had a fear of missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Why am I doing this now? Because I'm afraid that if I get to the end of my life and I haven't helped a lot of people, it would be a life not lived well. So again, for me, the one thing is fear. And admitting that doesn't make me feel good. I don't think it necessarily is a pat on my back. It's just the reality of who I am. Whether it was a quota around my neck at 13, whether it was graduating college, whether it was getting an MBA, whether it was, starting real estate investing, losing 100 grand in the stock market. It's all been fear for me. Fear has been the root or the anchor that has been a driving force in my life. I wish I had a different answer for you. I wish I could say mentorship. I wish I could say, I don't know, frankly, almost anything else. But for me, the one thing that I have held tight is fear has kept me going. Now, some people say fear and they never move. They never do anything. That is an opposite for me. Fear is a motivator for me. Fear lights the fuse. Fear adds the gasoline. Fear keeps me going. So in the end, Grant, thank you for all you're doing. Like I said earlier, I've been watching you for 5+ years. I really loved your early stuff when you talked about that house, and then you got that, your 32 units, and you flying all over the country just putting in work. Pretty good stuff. Congrats on your success. Love what you and Elena do on the G&E show. I think that's a special combination you two have. So congratulations, everybody. Take care.